Come on.
Let's go, AJ. Let's go, come on, let's go.
Get that whip out of the bar before you start pulling it. Pull the
Come
bar
on.
towards you. Pull the bar up.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Fight through it. Fight through it.
Big pull, big pull. Now, AJ, come on. There you go, go. Touch and go, touch and go.
Do it again.
Man, we are back with part 2 of the how I broke my back / recovery. I think we left off at going into the surgery. So I won't drag this one out, man. We try to keep it under like 10, 15 minutes and kind of just go through the motions of what happened after that surgery and then kind of give you some insight on how I got back. But first and foremost, I want to announce to y'all, and hopefully y'all don't hear too much background, man. It's wash day. But yeah, man, I don't know if you've seen the video, seen the short, or seen the IG post, but I keep saying I am doing online training right now, guys. So if you want the accountability side of it, the nutrition and that training side of it, definitely get with me on the nutrition side. Some of you guys might not know, but my lady is certified in nutrition. So we actually got the schooling on that side, and then just all the way down to the bodybuilding prep. As you guys know, I've done 2 shows in the realm of doing my 3rd one to get that pro card. And of course, I've done a natural show on my own, prep myself through that. So, and got a long list of experience as far as working out and training people. So, been working out for, man, almost 15 years now, or over 15 years. I started seriously in 2011 and haven't missed no more than, besides the injury and COVID, since then. So, and then personal training, started taking that serious in 2018. So, definitely not a guru. I'm still learning, but definitely not inexperienced either. So again, man, if y'all looking for that online coaching, jump in the comments. I'll pin my IG on there. I know I've said that in a lot of previous posts, but yeah, y'all check that out and get in a DM or even get in the comments, man. Let me know you're ready to get started, or if you got some inquiries, questions you want to know something about, let me know, and I'll answer those questions and send you the intake form, man, so you can get started. But anyway, let's get to it. Excuse me. So we go into surgery. That's where I think we left off at. Going to surgery, my bad, guys. Can't forget our friends and family over there at allmaxnutrition.com. Use code AJ. Remember, guys, take the 15 off. Use code AJ, not AJ15 no more. So only AJ. We got the new creatine gummies. I made a couple posters about these, but we just got these about a month ago, and they lit. They lit. You only need one instead of excessive 5 or 6 just to get 5 grams with these. So y'all check them out. Anyway, so go into surgery, guys. Hit the operating table. Everything go as planned. Come out the operation room, and of course, they put me on the fall protection floor, which is kind of like, I would say it was probably one step under ICU. It's where you're constantly monitored. They check on you every hour, I believe, or every hour and a half. Because of course you're immobile. You can't get out the bed yourself. And you have like a tag on your arm that says something. I'll put the picture in here. Fall something. I'll put a photo of it in here. But anyway, so they, after you shake the sedation, because of course I had to be sedated to do the surgery. After you shake that, within a couple hours they bring like 3 doctors in. One of them is the actual surgeon to tell you how everything go and go over the spiel with you. Another one is like a kind of like a therapist or a psychologist or something like that to kind of make sure they tell you, to tell you, that you basically not gonna walk for a while, and you know, and they'll tell you what they recommend, and they'll actually, either put you in contact with a therapist to, cope with something like that, or put you in contact with somebody like them, put you in contact with somebody like themselves or themselves personally, and then you'll also have a physical therapist doctor that come up there. So you hearing all this information, of course, and you kind of thinking the worst. Mind you, I was 2 weeks from a powerlifting meet, and now I'm laying in the bed being told by doctors that I won't walk for a while, and they recommend you take it easy as possible. Don't get up on your own. You hit this button. But then all in the same sentence, they'll say, when you feel like you can get up, try to get up. Of course, with somebody there, but try to get up because the it was a lot of information. Some of it was like kind of contradicting each other because they tell you not to do nothing at all by yourself, and do the minimum. Even when you call them, they want you to do the minimum, but also they tell you, you know, try to get up when feel like you can. And of course, like your first 3 or 4 days, you're so sore from not only the injury but the surgery because your core and back, especially your lower back, man, it takes so much from your body when you can't use it. You know what I mean? As far as your core stability, as far as just literally standing up straight. That's all tension to your core and lower back. So tightening your lower back, it moves your discs and muscles in your back and stuff like that. So, you can't do one without doing the other almost. And so again, the first 3 or 4 days, you don't do nothing. You you literally turn over and piss. You don't get up. You piss in a little cup that they have. You don't even get out of the bed then. Luckily, I didn't have. I don't even think I pooped, man, for 2 days. I believe 3 days. Because I don't even remember getting up at all to even do that for like 3 days. I don't know why. Maybe because I wasn't getting the amount of food I usually get. I'm not sure, but either or. So we go through that situation, far as the doctors telling you what you need to do, what they recommend, and of course they say get that physical therapist. And in my mind, I'm like, a physical therapist, like because they're doing these, and I'm kind of mashing the story together slash going jumping around. But anyway, they tell me I need this, but we're doing these strength tests and stuff because, of course, when the physical therapist came in, you do a strength test. They tell you squeeze and all that. Squeeze their hand. They put your foot in their hand, tell you to see if you can move them. And of course, my strength is here, but the physical therapist, like when you get out, at least come once a month for a couple months, maybe 3 months to get your body back moving and walking correctly. And honestly, thinking about it now, that's probably something that I should have did because it took me a lot of money as far as body work and stuff like that to get my walk back correctly. But anyway, we'll dive into that in a minute. So fast forward a little bit. Now I am about 3 days in. I'm starting to get up on my own, and it's I'll put some of it, I put that video in here. My first time trying to get up out the bed, and as you can see, it's pretty bad. Uh, not only was my strength, just like from laying down so long, like it felt weird, but the core, like I say, you don't really understand how much you need your core and your lower back to just get up, man. It's crazy. But anyway, so yeah, that was the first time in that video there that I tried to get up, and of course it was because I was just literally tired of pissing and leaning and scooting over to piss in a bucket. So I'm getting better though. I am able to get to the bathroom on my own now. Of course, to actually stand up, I'm needing an old lady to hold me up because I can't stand up on my own and actually piss. So that was a little humbling, little embarrassing, honestly. To be going from squatting 600 plus pounds to can't even stand up and piss on your own. But so I think I could have came home, y'all, in a little over a week and a half, honestly. But I waited 2 weeks just simply because my old lady and my mom ain't no bigger than 135, 40 pounds. Both of them held 200, I'll say 200 pounds together. So I knew me coming home was going to be not good, especially as far as me wanting to be able to wait till I could, get around at least on my own, like be able to get myself out the bed. Now I know I couldn't walk on my own, but I wanted to be able to get myself out the bed. And because of course I was having to call the nurses, or I was having to wait till they both was in the room to get me up. So waited 2 weeks to get to the house. Still, on a walker. Couldn't really go too far without being in quite a bit of pain. And of course, I'm not a pill person. If you know me, taking Tylenol and all that is a stretch for me. Usually, for the most part, I can pinpoint my problems. If I got a headache, if my stomach hurting, if this that, I'm from the country, so we know that you're dehydrated, you lacking magnesium, you're hungry, so, or you need some sodium, or you need some whatever. That's usually the problem, because I really pay close attention on everything that I take in. So when something is not coming in like it usually is, like I may use some of these substitute fasts. As far as with my creatine, if I'm starting to feel overly sore, I'm feeling a little bit weaker in the gym. I forgot I ran out of creatine, or I started using 5 grams instead of the 15 to 20 I usually use, because I'm about to run out. So, shout out All Max for making sure I'm always restocked. So you just gotta, of course, pay attention to your body to live like that. I guess some people are okay with throwing down some Tylenol and Benadryl any time of the day. I'm not, unless something is seriously wrong and I don't have any other options. So anyway, man, get home. I think I was home for about 4 days, I was home for about a week before I attempted to kind of start moving around on my own. And I had an aunt come down who was actually a RN for, like kind of like mentally challenged patients. So she has seen quite a bit of injuries, dealt with quite a bit of different scenarios. So she kind of gave me some insight on some stuff that I needed to do. I don't know what made me mention that, but she had came up and was telling me, like, kind of giving me the same spiel as the doctor, but also telling me, like, move around, get up when you can, just don't take it too far. Now, I don't know if y'all are Christian people, or believe in a higher power, or let me say this, believe in God, because some people higher power is the devil. So let me say believe in God or Christian. Me, I am, and if you're not, oh well, hey, salute to you. That's your behalf. But I am, and in my mind, I'm praying, and I'm like, man, this can't be I'm in my 20s at the time. I'm like, this can't be how I should be. This ain't it. You know what I mean? This is not where um, my fitness journey ends. And mind you, I never cared for powerlifting. I never cared for bodybuilding. With all due respect to both sports, I like to train. I trained because that was a that was just something I like to do. It wasn't, I hear a lot of people say it's an outlet. It's do this, it do that for me. Nah, I just like to train, man. I like to go in and see how farther I can go than anybody else. And that's what my passion was. So now I was really just starstruck and really humbled me as a man, humbled me as a human being to understand that, hey, you can be stopped. Because, when old people say, and I'm going to say older people, the 50, 60 years old, and they say, oh, yeah, when you're young, you feel like you can run through a brick wall or you feel unstoppable. Bro, that was me. And this is no drugs. Like I said, I didn't even take medicine. This is no drugs, not enhanced by no means, no SARMs, none of that crazy stuff. That's just was my mentality. I felt like if I train harder than anybody else, if I stay consistent longer than anybody else, it wasn't a lift or a number I put in my head reasonably, being, in reality, I wasn't delusional, but it wasn't nothing that I couldn't do. You know what I mean? And I really just had to evaluate and tell myself that there are limitations. And it bothered me. It bothered me to my core that was the honest truth. So anyway, man, I told the lady, told aunt, and told moms, I'm like, man, I gotta go to the gym. I cannot heal laying down on my back. Not the way I want to heal. I want to recover. I don't want to just heal. And to me, the difference in that is recover meaning you think of it in sports. You recover from whatever you dealt with and get back to it. Just healing means you're able to get back and move around again. The band-aid worked. Now you're able to get back to normal life, not to what you were doing. So in my mind, I'm like, I want to recover. So I told them, I'm gonna get back to that gym, and of course, they threatened to take the keys and all that. So one night, I jump up, got my walker, and just to give y'all a little insight on how determined I was, man. And this is what you people who watching who have had this type of injury, or have, or if it ever happened to you, Lord forbid, this is where you're gonna have to set yourself apart from a patient or somebody who's gonna come back from this injury. My determination was bigger than my injury. My prayer was bigger than my injury. My blessings was bigger than my injury. And I live less than 2 minutes. If the stoplight don't hold me up, I live probably like a minute and 30 seconds from the gym right now. And that day also, I can walk 3 minutes. 30 seconds from my room to my garage where my truck was at the time, less than 30 seconds, probably not even that, 15, 20 seconds, and get in my vehicle. So you talking at a max, you know, 3 minutes to get from my room to the gym. It took me that day, the first time going, and for a few weeks after that, 42 minutes to make it to the gym, because it took me that long to get in my truck. And of course, the truck the foot pedal will get us there just the same amount of time, but it took that long for me to get from my room to inside of my truck at the time. And one day I timed it to just really see how long that took me to get to the gym that day. And that's number one. If y'all take anything else out of this, that is part of it. Your determination ain't gonna be, and my determination was what defined how quick I came from this injury. But to kill some of the rambling, So I have my fast forward to my first appointment, which was about 3 weeks later. And of course, still on the walker. We ain't made that much progress. We were still on the walker. And talked to the doc, and he telling me to, how everything looking, and he asking me how I'm feeling, and he don't know I'm back in the gym at least twice a week already, and he says, or ask him, I'm like, when do you think I'll be back under 405? And I'm just making a joke, of course. I didn't know if I was gonna ever be able to lift 405 again. Honestly, I'm doing my research, listening to the doctors from what they said. Aunt kind of told me around the same thing. So I'm like, look like heavy squats will forever be out of my agenda. And the doctor looked at me and said, and mind you, I did an X-ray that day too. Looked at me, looked at my results, and was like, well, we probably don't even need to think about. I can't remember if he said one plate, cause I said, when do you think I'll be back under 4 plates again, doc? Making a joke, and he was like, we don't even need to think about one plate until next year. Mind you, this is almost August by now. Yeah, this is August, cause it happened the 1st of June. I was in the hospital 2 weeks, another 3 weeks, so 5 weeks later. We're almost in August now. So, we still got 5 months left in that year. And he like, we don't even need to think about one plate until the following. So that was thinking about it now, how much it bothered me, still bothers me to this day of what he said. And this determined right then and there that I knew I didn't need to come back and see that man, because in 5 months, in my opinion, I needed to be back under 2, 3 plates. And he like, we don't even need to touch one in 5 months, in more than 5 months. So we didn't have nothing else to talk about, man. And another, point of the side of the healing, you have to tell yourself you're gonna do what it takes to get back. And that's what I did that day. When he said that, I never came back to any appointments again, ever. We didn't have nothing else to talk about, and I'm not saying that he was wrong. He was a great surgeon. He was actually somebody that checked on me, and throughout while I was in the hospital, he came a few times to the floor, something that he didn't have to do, to check on me. He even seen me when I was leaving, and for some odd reason, I was just somebody that he wanted to see. I guess because I was so young and probably looking at never being able to actually train good again, in his opinion, maybe. I don't know, man. But I respected his opinion, but I didn't. I had to choose that day that wasn't gonna be my results. I had to. And went home that day, man. And later on that night, I went to the gym and did some incline walks. And let me add that in there too. So that's what I was doing throughout my couple training sessions. Because the biggest thing was bothering me was recovering from some of them sessions, man. And mind you, I wasn't going to the gym and, benching 365. I would get on the bench, but it took me so much to even put 25s on the bar, because I couldn't lean over and get the plate. So whatever was kind of like near, because they had the upper hooks too, that you put the plates on. And if it was a 25 there or a 10 there, that's just what I put on, because I couldn't lean down and grab no 25. I couldn't pull a 45 off if it was up there. So I just had to get what was at waist length, what was waist high, and put it on there. And it couldn't be nothing heavy. The doc said nothing 5 pounds from waist down. He wanted me to grab anything that was overhead at 5 pounds. He definitely didn't want me to grab anything under it, under waistline. So I was really pushing it, grabbing the 25-pound plates. But I just knew I was bigger than that injury, man. And when he said that, I mean, I just determined myself right then. I was determined right then myself that that wasn't gonna be the outcome. So like I say, coming in, I would get on the treadmill, and I wasn't going fast. I wasn't doing no speed walking. It was just very, very slow. Probably I was on one or two, maybe at most, and I would incline it just a little bit, so my body could go back to using this core just a little bit to do the smallest amount of movements. And man, I got to the point to where within, just to fast forward a little bit, in 72 days, guys, I can't think of everything I did in between time. If you want specific tactics that I did to heal from this injury, man, you'll have to DM me and we'll talk about it or something if you got this type of injury, or if you want some coaching to coach you through an injury. Y'all remember how I said get that. But in 72 days, I was back squatting 135 with excellent form, no pain. Well, I can't say no pain, but great form and for sets, literally. Like it wasn't just could I do it? Within like 105 days, I think it was, or something like that, 102 days, I was back on the 315 getting it for 26, got it for 26 reps. Same exact gym, same bar that I got the 135 with in 72 days. But kind of end this, y'all. The biggest thing, and I'll explain this to anybody who needs some insight on it. You have to not only determine and not only I keep saying determine, but the word I'm looking for is decide. I keep saying determine. You have to decide that that's not going to be your fate. You have to decide that you aren't going to let your body just give up. You know what I mean? And it's, you guys know it's just like fighting. It's just like training. It starts from the mind. So where the mind go, the body follow. It just because the body giving up don't mean the mind will give up. And if the mind don't give up, the body can't continue. And that's my outlook on training. That's my outlook on training other people. That's my outlook on anything, man. You have to be bigger than the pain. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times it's the body just going through pain because it's something that it's not used to. Not always because it's like something wrong is happening. Shit, you stub your toe all the time. It's just because your body not used to that amount of pressure in that small spot. It don't mean you broke your toe or your toe finna fall off or something. You finna die. It's just something that your body not used to. So again, the biggest thing will be taking it serious. Do not allow yourself to say that the doctor said this, so I'm just gonna do this. Something that you got to take serious, of course, is the doctor's recommendations. Pay attention to what they telling you, but also doing your own research. And that was something that I looked into a lot. One thing that did help me also that I tell a lot of people when you got some type of injury like that is BPC 157. It helps so much with recovery and all different type of stuff. Don't take my medical advice because I'm not a doctor, so I can't tell you what to do and not to do. I have to put that disclaimer here in the beginning. But do your own research. Make sure that you're getting second opinions, and also don't give up, man. Because a lot of people end up stagnant. A lot of people end up with a crook in their walk because they healed laying down in a bed like the doctor told them. You got to get up. You got to move around. You can't let your body heal in a weak state, in a weak position. You got to allow your body to move around, make it recover. Because of course, man, with activity, your body, it speeds up recovery. You don't heal laying down. It's not like a cold where the lungs need some rest or something like that, or the something like that. You know, it's not a sinus infection. When you're moving around, the body recovers, man. So activity, it makes the body recover. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you shouldn't rest. Don't twist my words with this, guys. But again, you have to determine that you gonna heal and you gonna get back to you. Now, it's a new you though. It's not the old you. You're not that guy you used to be. You're not that guy, pal. So you have to accept that also. Same thing, something I did. Like I say, I used to get under 600 pounds. Now it's 400. I stick to that. That's all right for me. My legs ain't lacking, so I don't need no more than that. So anyway, man, my mom's done came in here. She keep rattling sacks, man. So I'm gonna let y'all go. If y'all want to see a part 3 of maybe some of my splits that I used after that, man, y'all get in the comments, let me know how my training split was and what type of workouts I did to recover my back. We can go over that. I won't throw too much of that in here because it looks like I said I was going to keep this short, but I think I'm already at 20, 30 minutes already. So anyway, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Look in them comments, hit my IG, let me know you ready for coaching. And of course, I'll see y'all on the next one, man.